that's the part of coming in and what happens there. Now let's go of the getting out. The people that you saw who succeeded and got out, how many did you see? You said you met thousands of people on Skid Row. How many died? How many numbers of stories do you have of people dying? Like, oh, Johnny's no longer here with us. Bobby's
dozens.
Dozens?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not in the hundreds that you heard. And when you say dozens, less than 50?
Including people that I've gotten sober with and everything?
Yes.
It's over 50.
That died?
Yeah, probably 75.
75 that died?
Yeah.
Over that 2011 to 2018 mark?
No, up until now still. I mean, people are still dying, yeah.
Right, but I'm talking while you were there in Skid Row and you were experiencing this, how many people died while you were there in Skid Row?
Oh, I mean, well, this is the thing. I'd go on Skid Row and then I'd come off and then I'd end up homeless in San Francisco and then I'd go back to Skid Row. Then I ended up in New York at one point. I mean, so maybe people I personally know, probably 10 to 20.
Probably 10 to 20. Okay, so let's stay on this topic. While you're there, how are you making money? I read somewhere that because of the California laws, you were able to make some days $300 a day because of stealing. And give me that business model.
Yeah, so Prop 47 passed in 2014. So prior to that, I would beg for change at the train station and do things like that and little pesky crimes. But after Prop 47 passed, which essentially decriminalized shoplifting, I was making, $300 to $400 a day shoplifting. And I'd go with a partner. We'd go into like a CVS or a Walgreens or a Target. And we had fences, people that would professionally purchase stolen goods, and they'd give us like grocery lists or just say, hey, I really need teeth whitening today and Rogaine.
You called it fences?
Fences, yeah. That's like an old school term for someone that deals in stolen property.
Fences, okay. Yeah.
So the fences stand out on Los Angeles and 6th, Los Angeles the street. And you make you develop relationships with one of them usually. Or
is it 50%? Like if you steal $300, they pay you 50% of what you steal? Is it like $150? What would the breakdown be?
No, they have sort of set prices, and it's a free market. There's multiple fences, and prices sort of naturally form. But
for most part, if you stole $300, what are you going to get in cash?
Oh, that was over $1,000.
Oh, so if you stole $1,000, what are you getting in cash?
Maybe 1/3.
Oh,
about 1/3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's massive. So you're making $300 on the $1,000 of stolen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're stealing, and then you're going there, and while you're doing this, how often are you getting caught?
Once in a while, you would. Well, this is back in 2015, 2016. The staff of these stores still cared. I mean, because there was some hope in society back then, and it was like, okay, I'm going to try to stop this person from stealing. There were security guards that would stop us sometimes, so I wouldn't call that caught, but I'd get stopped.
Never got arrested?
They'd call the police, but I managed to get away almost every time. I did get arrested a few times, but they just write you a ticket. Legally they can't arrest you for it.
And how much was the ticket?
Oh, I never paid it. I don't even remember.
How many tickets you got?
Maybe 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many times did you steal $1,000 worth of stuff from stores?
Over 3 or 400 times.
Wait a minute. Did you say over 300 or 400 times?
Yeah. Every day.
And it's $1,000. And was there specific places you were going, or you guys would rotate?
We'd rotate, sometimes if, we'd even take the bus all the way down to Malibu. We knew, the ones that were really hip and hip to what we were doing and the ones that weren't.
What signs did you look for?
What size?
Signs.
Oh, signs. Upper scale areas that maybe were less concerned with shoplifting, so maybe less security, less locking things up. Anything close to downtown was pretty much untouchable. They had everything locked up already. So, I didn't really go to the Valley, but, we'd hit Culver City, Malibu, Palisades,
Fox
things
Hills
like that.
Mall, like you'd go to the Fox Hills Mall, or was it more like...
No, not the mall,
okay.
Drugstores.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so $300,000 to $400,000 worth of stuff you shoplifted, never got arrested, you got tickets, never paid for it. 3 times you got tickets, 3 or 4 times you got tickets.
Yeah.
So what other bad policies in the state of California almost influenced negative behavior that kept happening?
Yeah, so this is very so the broken policies incentivize bad behavior because they don't punish bad behavior. like I told you in 2011, I didn't shoplift because there was a felony. You would get a felony if you got caught shoplifting. So I didn't do that. Once it was removed, the incentive was there to start shoplifting. So that's just one policy. But, I just was allowed to use drugs openly wherever I wanted. I was allowed to act out antisocially in public spaces and restaurants. I was allowed to not pay my fare for the subway or the bus. And I was allowed to sleep outside anywhere I wanted. And, these sorts of things, people will do what you let them do. It's a pretty basic concept of human psychology that for some reason the people that are in charge of making policy, they just won't listen to me. It's very obvious, you will do what you, and then another thing is that I wanted treatment. I wanted detox. I wanted treatment. There was incredibly few resources to achieve that. And at one point by the end, I actually wanted to go to jail and I couldn't. And I got blessed. I prayed and I said, send me to jail. I need a nonviolent felony or something like that. I need to sit in jail for like 6 months. Like that is what's going to help me.
So now you're looking for a nonviolent felony to get.
Yeah, to figure out how I can get into jail. And I swear to God, I prayed, and within 12 hours, I was facing a violent felony and ended up in jail. And I was facing 2 years in prison. I got mugged in a Panda Express, and someone I had an Obama phone. That's like a free phone. Mm-hmm. And he took my phone, and I took out a knife and asked him said, give me my phone back. And there was security. They stopped both of us, and I went to jail. And I fought a case for 6 months and got off heroin.
So 6 months you're in jail.
Yeah.
How many times guys who were on Skid Row homeless were thinking the same way, saying, if I go to jail, I got a bed, I get a meal, and I get health insurance. Somebody at least I can go see what health issues I'm having. Was that part of a common strategy or no?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of guys that make a living going to jail. I mean, they'll get arrested on purpose, or they'll violate probation with drugs like inside them, and then go in there and make 20 grand.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that know how to make a living in there, but can't make a living out here. Or like they're a bookie. They run like a sports book or something in jail. They make a lot of money. They do tattoos. They can make money. They can support their family. If you like traffic drugs into jail, you're going to make a lot of money. So people will routinely do that.
So you go to jail for 6 months. During this 6 months, do you have access to drugs, or there is no access to drugs for you to use?
There's access to drugs, but really like the shot callers get access, and then people with money, and I had no money. And drugs are maybe 20 times more expensive in jail. So you need to have your family literally wire money to their family. Yeah.
Right.
Like if you want to get high, it's like $100, and your family has to wire money to their family. And then they get the call that the money came through, and then they'll give you the drugs. So I didn't have any money.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And but I had a great time in jail. It was one of the best experiences of my life, and
because of your circumstances and where you were at. So meaning, outside of jail for you was so bad that jail gave you the only fighting chance to clean yourself up.
Yeah, like I got in shape. I developed a community. It wasn't a good community, but I had friends, and I got off drugs. And had a pretty damn good time.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.